Hey everyone, welcome. You know what I forgot to do? I was going to do this thing where I changed the latency setting for the chat to see if I could you can adjust the setting on YouTube to make it so that there's less of a delay from when you type the message in chat to when I see it. So I forgot to do it this time. I don't think I can change that during the stream. So next stream I will change that when we do it on the Lookner channel. I apologize. Hey, welcome to the stream. So I just I'm in Boston right now, and I've just been spending time. Whenever I come back to Boston, I have to set up the studio here. Also, I'm crazily bright. This light is really bright. I might need to fix this. How am I looking? I'm sorry I'm so bright. Oh, I know what the problem is. Let's see. I think I know what the problem is. Hang on. Now, this should be like this. Oops. I think I can maybe make myself a little less bright. That's a little better. I'll mess with this later. Yeah, sorry. It's I think I know what's going on. Hold on. I'm gonna get up during the stream and try to fix something. You're gonna see me disappear. Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna fix something. See if I can make this work. Well, I don't know. Might be a losing battle at this point. I'll fix it after. I'm gonna fix it after. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Anyways, so welcome to the stream. So I got in tonight to Boston, and I've been, whenever I come back to Boston, I have a backup studio set up here, but I need to like update everything, and there's always things that's been moved around. So I apologize. Like that, this is an example with the lighting that I need to fix this. So I'm sorry, but I figure we'll do a stream anyway, and also like I got here, and there's some little news stories right now, but a little wiped from traveling. And so normally tonight I might have not done a stream, but I did want to talk about the covering the Iran protest thing and talk about that with you. So welcome to our second stream on the Lookner channel. I appreciate you all tuning in. And it is cold here. I can say it is cold here. Thanks to the mods, Rastasi, Rusty G, Rubin, who are all there, Garth Russell, look, this is an example. Remember, I said extra content. I don't know if I would have done a stream because I'm pretty tired. If there's huge news and I'm awake, I might do a stream. But this allows me to do a stream tonight of some sort. But yes, I am in Boston right now, and I just got the studio set up. I still need to adjust some of the lighting. It's not all perfect, but we should be good. We should, at least things are good to go. All right. So what I wanted to discuss with you, let's see. So what I wanted to talk about, I'd be interested in getting your opinions on this as well, is I think one of the biggest stories going on right now is this the Iran protests. If you haven't heard, there's been protests going on for several days in Iran, I think like 4 or 5 days, and it's like impossible to tell what's going on because the internet's now been shut off, I think, for over 72 hours, and you're reduced to looking at people posting things on social media, and you have no idea if they're true, and you don't know is this old footage, is it new footage, and a lot of when it comes to Iran, a lot of the sources I use aren't even sources I'm that familiar with, and so I feel weird in terms of the story being important. It's certainly an important enough story to cover on agenda-free TV. I just don't personally like the idea of going on the air on agenda-free TV and saying, hey, we're covering the Iran protests, and then the coverage just consists of like showing you stuff from social media where I have no idea if it's true or not. I mean, because at a certain point, the stream is just like, I have no idea what's going on there. Now, I could do a stream about it on agenda-free TV, but the stream ends up just becoming looking at social media posts of dubious accuracy, and also just because even if the social media posts are accurate, it's a big country. There are 80 million people, so you're also you might see a couple of videos that are accurate videos. That doesn't tell you what's going on in the whole country, and then you start relying on people making pronouncements about like this many people have died, or they're burning down all these buildings here, and it's like. There are some now that might be true, but there are some people I know who go on, who are like very anti the regime, and they're going to have an interest in making it sound as bad as possible. Similarly, people who are pro-regime will have an interest in making it sound as the protests sound as small as possible. So it is a really difficult story to cover. And I feel like a stream on it on agenda-free TV would really be like me showing you different social media things, and I have no idea if they're true. It's one thing if I saw 15, 20 videos come out of like big massacres, you might not be able to verify them, but at the same time, you're like, okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here, but it's just so hard to tell what's going on. It stinks. I would love to. I mean, it's might be the most important story going on in the world right now. It's just so hard to cover. Cheryl Simpson says you need contacts that actually live in Iran. What about reporters there? I don't know that anyone's reporting from there. A lot of Western journalists don't report there anymore, from my understanding, because it's like been made dangerous to them. Like people can't get information like isn't coming out of there. I'm gonna show you some of the people I've been following for this, and just give you an example of the kind of stuff you see, and it's just like impossible to tell what's going on. You just don't know. George K says in our chat room, that's exactly why they shut down the internet. You get less coverage. It's. And I really don't have a good sense. Are they killing lots of people? More importantly than that, that's important. But also, how big are the protests? Are they growing? Are they not growing? And it's just like you read articles, and the articles are just like, it doesn't really tell you much about what's happening. Let's see here. So I'll show you a couple of. If you have thoughts, write in the chat room. Let me know what you think. About how to cover this and stuff. It's hard because as I said, I feel like it's certainly an important enough story to cover on agenda-free TV. I just don't know what that stream really is. Let's see here. Let me show you an example. It's so hard. Here, look, this is so here's an example. I have certain people I follow for Iran stuff, and I don't know if everything they post is accurate, but oops, hold on. Let's see if I can make this work. Why isn't that working? Let's see. There's this. Hold on. I see what happened here. Okay, hang on. I need to fix this. Let me fix this right now so you can see what's going on. Add. Let's see here. I think I'm doing this right. I think I'm doing it right. There we go. There we go. And let's see if I made this right. There we go. Oh, now it all looks weird. Jeez. Sorry, I need to this is sorry. It looks like all washed out and stuff. I'll fix this after the broadcast. I apologize. It's what did I do here? Must be this. this. If I do that, that's not good. All right, for now, I'll do it this way. I know that doesn't look particularly great. I gotta fix this whole stream. I gotta fix all the settings here. This is what happens when I come home to Boston and like I haven't used the setup here in a while, and like things aren't really as I expect them to be. All right, I will get on this and I will fix this shortly. Yeah. So for example, I follow this person, not this person. No, this person. Peymane Shafi. They're on a list I have. Now they're advocate of. I think this is where I got this from. Or hang on a second. Yeah, and now this person is advocate of regime change in Iran. Independent specialist in Middle East, she says, focused on Iranian affairs, and she retweeted this person Nazir Sharif. And it just says, President, California Society for Democracy in Iran. So they're not in Iran. If this person's being honest, it sounds like they're in California. Now, this person says major clashes between security forces and Iran protesters in Mashhad and Talagani City. IRGZ brigade security forces and MOIS are sending tanks and armors to prevent collapse of the cities to the control of protesters. Like, how do I know this is true? Where is this person getting this information from? You know? So, like, I don't want to go on Agenda Free TV and show this on the air because it's totally unreliable. But it's like this kind of stuff is pretty much all you have. It's just so hard. Let me show you some other stuff here. To give you an example of the kind of things that are floating around about this. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through some of these posts here. So this is Farnaz. Farnaz, what is going on here? Why is it doing this? Oh, I see. Hang on. Let me fix this. Keep in memory. Okay. Farnaz Fasihi, now she writes some stuff. She's with the New York Times. Now she says, Day 5, regime supporters stage counter-protest. State and Republican Guard media appear to have fine access. All right, well, this is interesting because this what she's saying is you have the Iranian government having a pro-government rally, and they seem to be able to get it out on the internet. But she says the rest of the population's under internet blackout. I'm sure there's so much going on there. It's just there's like nothing. It's like impossible to tell what's going on. Yeah, like here's an example. Farnaz Fasihi. She says, in the dark, someone screams death to Khamenei, who's the supreme leader of Iran. Gunshot rounds, sirens, chaos, death to Khamenei, gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. And it's this video from 10 hours ago, and I don't know who this person is posting it. You know, they have a lot of followers. Is this really from yesterday? You know, even if it's legit video, it's one place, so it doesn't really tell us much about what's going on. So it's just such a hard story to cover. Techio says live UA map has a few updates, but then the problem is like, where are those updates coming from? Is it Live UA Map is a site where they aggregate news and they show it to you on a map. What is going on? What's going on here? Do they have an Iran site? Live UA Map Iran. Here we go. Live UA Map Iran. Live UA map, they take different, there's Iran right here, so they get different news reports and they plot it on the map, but the news reports are only as good as the sources for the reports. So like, what does this say? This is supposedly, what this one is, supposedly is a police station set ablaze. Now, yeah, Guy Elster posted this, and it says, I follow Guy Elster because, he posts some different breaking news stuff, but he says it's a police station in the city of Baristan set ablaze, and this was posted about 18 hours ago. Is this really from today or yesterday? If it is, does it really tell us much about the protests? It's like this is what you're relying on. Yeah, and Green-Eyed Lady says Amnesty International says more than 100 people have been killed in the protests. And I think, let me show you that. Hold on, I'm getting all messed up here. Is this it? Yeah, Amnesty Iran. So 12 hours ago, they said at least 106 protesters have been killed in Iran, according to reports we have received, verified video footage, eyewitness testimony, and info gathered from activists outside Iran reveal a harrowing pattern of unlawful killings by Iranian security forces. So I guess that could be true. I wouldn't be surprised, but it's kind of like you're just trusting them. They say here, verified video footage. Well, from who? Eyewitness testimony from people on the ground. Maybe they have that, but I don't know. Information gathered from human rights activists reveal a harrowing pattern of unlawful killings by Iranian security forces, which have used excessive and lethal force to crush largely peaceful protests in more than 100 cities across Iran, sparked by a hike in fuel prices on 15 November, said Amnesty International today. So, it's there's not a lot of, this is what they say they're hearing, so it's sort of like you can trust it, and I would not be surprised if this is the case, but it's not like they show you all the video footage they have and show you why they think it's legitimate. So things could be. Who knows what's happening in Iran? The first day of protest before they shut off the internet, we did see a lot of buildings being burnt. Certainly a lot of fires. What else? I'm trying to remember. There were like dead bodies and stuff. But since that first day, basically the internet's been shut down. Psycho Mystic says some say more than 200 deaths, and that's since Saturday. Yeah, but when you hear these reports, it's like, who knows? Oh, there's another interesting thing. George K says, I know that on Twitter, Khamenei posted about banks being set on fire. Something I've seen some interesting complaints on Twitter, which I get. Which is the supreme leader of Iran has a Twitter account, and he's the one in charge in Iran. And I've seen people complaining because they say he shut down the internet in Iran, and he's not letting Iranians use the internet, including Twitter, but he's still using Twitter. He says we will definitely repel the enemy in the economic war. But I've seen multiple people saying, hey, Twitter, hey, Jack, you should not be allowing this guy to use his Twitter to spread his version of things when he has shut down Twitter and the internet for his country. Which I do have some sympathy with that view. It's kind of odd that the supreme leader of Iran, where they've shut down the internet, including Twitter, still gets to use Twitter to spread his take on things. But again, if you have thoughts on this, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner. I want to take, or actually you can write it in the, you can actually write it in the chat room as well. Marciana says, have you entertained the possibility of doing some interviews? I mean, in general on this channel, I'm open to doing interviews. When it comes to Iran, it's like, I'm probably not going to get in touch with anybody from Iran. If there were somebody in Iran that were trustworthy and I could reach them, I don't know how I'd reach them because the internet shut off, I would interview them in a second. Mark says, what is the criteria for determining what stories you cover on Agenda Free TV? Well, I would say it's a combination of, there are certain stories that are so important, I think it's kind of obvious to cover them. And then of the other stories, maybe something I think is particularly interesting I might cover. But yeah, it's a combination, I'd say, of like the really important stories and stuff I think is interesting. But also, look, this Iran story is really important. There are protests that have been going on there for like 5 days. It's just, there's so little might be overstaying it. I was going to say there's so little reliable information. Rebecca Ellis says, Iran radio I found is live, but no English. Oh, let me give Courtney her wrench because she had volunteered to mod. She's one of our Facebook moderators. Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of hate this situation where it's a big story. I'd love to cover it on Agenda Free TV. I just feel weird going on the air and doing a stream where I'm like, here's a tweet someone posted, and I have no idea if it's legit or not. And I'm not even seeing there's so little coming out of there. Okay, here's another example. Here's another example of something. This is a post. Somebody I'm following because they post stuff about Iran. They retweeted this. This person, Shahin Gobadi, I guess they follow me. Spokesman People's Mojahedin Organization of Iran. I think that's like a resist. Is that I don't even know what that is. Mojahedin Organization of Iran. Sorry. An Iranian political militant organization based on Islamic and Marxist ideology. It advocates the overthrowing the Islamic Republic of Iran leadership. So he's a spokesperson for this group that's anti the Iran leadership. Now he says, watch and retweet, brave people of Iran have risen up. This is Isfahan tonight, more than 200 killed. Is that true? I have no idea. Thousands wounded. Is that true? I have no idea. And arrested mullahs don't want the world to know. Call on international community to support Iran protesters by providing internet access. Yeah, and it's like this video, and it's like, I don't know if this is from the last 5 days. What is it? It's like people. What is this video? Hang on. How do I do this? What is that from the last couple of days? What does it really show? So I don't know if you guys have thoughts on how to cover the Iran protests. It's just so hard, and it's so important too. Zach said BBC reported same numbers, but where are they getting their numbers? Let's see. For example, and if you look at articles out there. So, like, this is an article. I read this one today. Iran's Iron Fist rights group says more than 100 protesters are dead. That's the Amnesty International. But, it's like I'm not sure that they're right. It's just like, shutdown of the internet. Now, this says in various cities, protesters have also ransacked, attacked, and set fire to dozens of government buildings, including religious schools and municipal offices. Now, I know a bunch of stuff like that happened the first day because their videos came out. But what's going on today? Satori says there was a day when CNN and BBC would be there. Someone posted a tweet. I think I might have retweeted it. I think Farnaz Fasihi might have posted it. But a reporter posted a tweet about how Western journalists in Iran were taking if you're there, you take a huge risk by being there. And like for generally people aren't there. Western journalists. And even like, even if you, so like Farnaz Fasihi posted this, it says, Baharestan headquarters of cyber policy set on fire. But even if that's happening, that doesn't give you a good sense of what's happening around the country. Patricia says, I think my shirt is kind of fitting loosely because the jacket is pulling it down. But let's see here. The mini bit says, does NetBlocks show the internet outages in Iran? I mean, the latest NetBlocks thing, I think it's NetBlocks. Let's see. Latest news. Yeah, I don't even know that they've updated this in the last few days. I mean, they said they've posted about it on their Twitter account. They haven't even posted for like 9 hours ago. They said it's been 75 hours since Iran introduced a near total internet shutdown, leaving Iranians isolated from the rest of the world. So now it's like 84 hours. Oh, now Cheryl Blake also makes a good point. Cheryl Blake says so many of the Twitter posts are in Farsi looking for English. So, maybe if I was from Iran and I was looking at social media posts, well, I could read the language, but also I might have a better idea of like who to trust and who to not. But when you're from another, I don't know of the people posting really who to trust, generally speaking. Toasty says they have to escape the country to post videos now. And, I don't know, like I guess, so you might wonder, like, well, where is this all going? Like, okay, you might say, Steve, there's an internet blackout. These protests are going on. So can you cover them at all? I mean, I guess what I'm looking for is if you start seeing a bunch of videos come out that have similar things, that might be a suggestion that something's happening. If there's like, I don't want to see this, but if you have, 5 videos coming out with 20 dead bodies and they look kind of similar, that could be a suggestion that something's something's happening. Let's see. Oh, Melissa McQueen says, I take it there's no Iranian snap map. Well, I would assume that Snapchat has like been shut down there. I would assume people can't post on social media. I mean, doesn't Snapchat use internet data? I mean, you can use your phone to post on it too. Like I'm guessing, I don't know how it works, but my guess would be that they've said it's that you can't post on social media, you know, from your phone. Oh yeah, I know like messaging apps are not working because I've heard people outside the country say like, you know, I have this messaging app where I talk to family over there and they literally can't use it now. If you go to SnapMap. It says protest. I can't imagine there's much there. Hold on. I'm not sure what it's going to show when I click on this. I'll tell you first. That's not even Iran. That's Iraq. Sorry. I was in the wrong country. Why did it take me there? Yeah, that was the Iraq protests. Sorry, I had a brain freeze. I want Iran. Yeah, I don't see any videos from Iran. Look at Iran. See other countries, you see there's color. In Iran, you're not seeing anything. Just blank. George Case says phones are internet data. You know, that's a thing where like I should know that. I don't know that how technically that all works. Like if you're on 4G on your phone is just going through the internet, I guess. I don't even know. I've never looked into this. It probably sounds pretty stupid on my part, but I've never looked into like how does it work. Like I don't know how it all works with phones. Like what is the data pipeline? Is it and how, I just don't know. And with apps, is apps all internet? Is that what it is? Probably. I need to do some research on this. Rebecca Ellis says everything is down and dark there, unsettling. And you might wonder, here's something you might wonder, well, if we're not seeing lots of like videos coming out of there, then does it mean like nothing big is happening? Toasty says snaps are active in Iran. Well, I'm on SnapMap right here, and there aren't many of them there. I'm just looking around. They're not coming up in SnapMap. Hutan says, yes, apps use internet. Yeah, I have to look all of that stuff up. Hutan says they shut down the internet so they can clap down. So look, so you know, I did want to, you know, come on and talk about this issue and let you know I am aware of the Iran protests, and it's something I think is extraordinarily important. I don't have a good sense of it. Doesn't feel to me like doing an agenda-free TV stream on it would be particularly edifying to anyone. George K. says at this point the video would have to be smuggled out physically or sent through some sort of decentralized network like satellite that Iran doesn't control. Now certainly people can still take videos. But, you know, if I hear like really big, important stuff from there, I'll let you know. But, you know, I would love to know Have things gotten bigger or smaller in the last few days? What percentage of the population is out there? Obviously, how much have they been cracking down? Here's another example. Here's another example. This is an account called Iran Freedom, and it's a popular account. Our goal is to bring freedom and democracy to Iran. They posted this 8 hours ago. It says, message from Shiraz. They're firing at crowd with semi-automatics. Saw 20 people shot to death with own eyes. It's not 2009. They didn't kill so many in 2009. They know they're falling. Their only way out is for people. If you can provide internet, do it. So... and it's like a message being played, supposedly from somebody. Now, is that a real message? Even if it's real, is the person telling the truth? I have no idea. Oh, I will say this, though. I have seen a bunch of suggestions that... I've seen some suggestions that the American government should provide internet there. Like, I mean, I don't know how that all works. I don't know if like the American government has the technology to provide internet to Iranian protesters. Also, if there is such technology, maybe it's super sensitive and it's not something like the U.S. wants to reveal. Maybe the U.S. wouldn't feel like this use of it would be worth revealing the technology. So, but there have been a lot of calls. So there's like this Internet for Iran is like this huge hashtag now, where people want the outside world to help people in Iran get internet back. So that's a very big hashtag now. But I don't know, if that technology exists, and also if it does exist. To give Iran their internet back, is that something, if the U.S. had that technology, would they really want to use it on this? George K. says you'd have to get physical components to people there. Well, also there's this idea, I think, of having like satellite provided internet or something. I'm not sure. A couple people say Starlink. And I wish I knew more about that. I wish I knew more about what kind of technology other countries might have to give people internet, or if that technology doesn't exist, and whether they'd be willing to use it. See, certainly you see people calling for it, like this person, Hamid Barami. They say they're a former political prisoner and Middle East analysts. They say theocracy has shut down internet for 4 days following widespread and nationwide unrest in the country. They say around 200 people have been killed. I don't know if that's true. Help defenseless people buy internet for Iran. So who is he asking to help? Who is this hashtag addressed, this very popular hashtag, who is it addressed to? Blue Scoop says internet needs towers to provide internet. Satellite won't work without those towers working. Just Jess says, is Agenda Free suspended? No, Agenda Free isn't suspended. Agenda Free exists as it always has. But we're doing this stream on this channel because the point of this stream is that while the Iran protest story I think is extremely important, I don't really find a good way of covering it on Agenda Free TV because of the lack of reliable information. That's what we're talking about. What is Starlink? People keep mentioning Starlink in the... Oh, Starlink says, science alert. Starlink, the first stages of SpaceX's plan to launch up to 42,000 satellites to provide Earth with complete internet coverage. That's the idea of Starlink. Bruno Shankman says, I'm sure there is shortwave and ham radio reporting out of Iran, but unlikely to be in English. So yeah, maybe that could be the case. Although if that's the case, if there's people, broadcasting radio in Iran, then you have to wonder, like, are they telling the truth, or do they have accurate reporting? So yeah, it's one of the. I wish we could do more coverage of it on Agenda Free TV. I've made the editorial decision right now to hold off on covering it more on Agenda Free TV until I just have something reliable to say. I mean, we could have done this whole stream on Agenda Free TV. It doesn't feel like Agenda Free TV to me. It feels like a more discussion about covering stuff than actually covering something. So this channel, the Lookner channel, is kind of a little bit of everything. But as I mentioned, once in a while we will be talking about Agenda Free TV. Seize the Day says, Scanner LOL kidding. But it's weird, there's been other major protests in Iran over the last few years where the government cracked down. But, I feel like in recent years when there's been protests in Iran and the government cracked down, you saw some footage of it. Like, there has hardly been anything coming out of Iran the last several days. So, anyways, I'll read a couple more comments here. So that's, this stream is what it is. I wanted to just come on and talk a little about the difficulties in covering these protests. And then, let's see if I can find anything about the internet. Has anyone written an article on, can somebody provide internet to Iran? Oh, look at this. Okay, hold on. I found something from DW. How the US and EU could facilitate a free internet for Iran. Rick Grinnell, the U.S. ambassador to Germany, tweeted that the U.S. and EU could turn the internet on for Iran after the regime shut it down during the protests against fuel price hikes. Here's how it could work. Rick Grinnell suggested the U.S. and EU could restore the internet for Iranians. His tweet has drawn attention. So Rick Grinnell, the ambassador to Germany, right? He said, we have the technical ability to turn the internet on for the people of Iran and ensure it is free for government blockers. Then he followed up with a tweet to cell phone manufacturers and social media companies, encouraging them to join in the task. Now would be a good time for Google, Facebook, Apple, Twitter, Instagram, Nokia, and Ericsson to help the people of Iran. So what would they do? In order for the World Wide Web to work well, it requires a constant connection through which data can be sent and received. If the state or the provider cuts off the connection, nothing works. Let's see. This gets technical here. The backbone of a contemporary system in Iran and other countries with authoritarian governments would be the hundreds of thousands or even millions of smartphones that people carry around with them. An app could create a network out of the smartphones of people who take part. Each of these phones would become a server and connect with other phones nearby. A massive parallel internet would emerge through which users could communicate with each other. Bridgeify, an app that connects smartphones via Bluetooth, has been used by protesters in Hong Kong and Lebanon. That's interesting. But it wouldn't be straightforward for programmers. This expert says it is difficult to organize the redistribution of messages in a sensible way. Talks about secret servers. I'm not that tech savvy, so I can't really comprehend that intelligently. What about satellites? Not every phone. Phones often don't have the technical means to send such signals to satellites. But opposition figures could be outfitted with compatible devices such as Iridium phones. Why not hand out a few hundred devices to trustworthy people in Iran as hubs for everyone connected to this greater network to be able to communicate with the outside world? That's interesting. Users would have to contend with one limitation: high-quality images or videos would probably cripple the system quickly. Communication would be better restricted to text. In the future, the Starlink satellite system from SpaceX might be able to bring properly free internet with a high bit rate directly to the people, but users would need special antennas that aren't yet available. Like satellite dishes, the antennas would need to be installed outside, said an expert. Anyone who mounts such a thing on a roof in Iran or China has to be prepared for someone eventually knocking on the door and asking what it is. Anyways, if you want to read this article here by DW, it's not exactly clear that the U.S. Rick Grinnell said the U.S. could turn the internet on for people of Iran, but it's not clear to me how that would happen exactly. GM says the short answer is you can't just give Iran internet service. What they're talking about is the setting up of a kind of carrier pigeon service to funnel services through a few points. But you'd think, given all of the money the U.S. spends on Iran policy, that if there was a protest, that if the U.S. policy is for regime change and there was a protest that could bring it, you'd think that would be something the U.S. government would consider, turning the internet on. But there might be reasons that they don't want to do it. It could be very sensitive technology, or they might not just have the technology. All right. I'll read a few more comments on this. Bruno says, are there still flights in and out of Iran at the moment? I do not know. I bet they know who's coming in and out of there, though. Well, let's see. Gideon says, I don't know if you're receiving comments for Lookner on your normal Twitter. Yeah, if people want to write in during the broadcast on my Twitter, that's totally cool. Thanks, Gideon. Yeah, I can't tell, like a stream like this, I don't even know. Like, give me some feedback from you guys. I mean, you're the viewers. I'd be interested in knowing. So this is a stream I did tonight because I thought Iran's a really important news story. I don't feel comfortable doing a stream on it on Agenda Free TV because it feels like the whole stream would just be me saying, okay, I have no idea if this social media post is true. I have no idea if this social media post is true. But I thought it's an interesting topic as I wanted to discuss. I wanted to discuss the fact that I didn't really feel comfortable just doing a news stream about Iran. And I figured, well, this is the place we could do that on this channel. Because it's not the Agenda Free TV. You know, people follow Agenda Free TV and they're expecting news coverage. But I don't know, maybe you guys think that I should have just done a stream on Agenda Free TV about it. What do you think about this kind of stream? Now, you're the people still watching. There might be people who hated it who just turned it off, which is fine. But yeah, do you guys have thoughts on this kind of stream? I mean, this is not going to be every kind of stream. It's just, well, I'm going to do all kinds of stuff on this channel, but what do you think about this kind of stream? I'm going to wait for a second and see. Hold on a second. I need to time somebody out. Here we go. JM says, I think you should stream on it only when you have big confirmed news. Do you mean stream on Agenda Free TV? Is that what you mean? Okay, so people watching seem to like the idea of just doing this kind of informal stream. Yeah, it doesn't get much more informal than this. Well, I'm reading through some of the messages here. Karen Coberly says, with not much factual news to report, it's a good place for discussion. Candy says it's the same stream as Agenda Free TV. Well, I don't think I would have done this stream on Agenda Free TV. Bruno says this stream should have more allowance for opinion. In what way am I not allowing opinion, Bruno? Hudson says it's almost like a brainstorming section. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Ron Stahlcup says green screen Steve. Yeah, I haven't decided if I'm going to start putting backgrounds on these streams yet. Yeah, that's something we just started this channel. This is like the second stream, and I just haven't decided what to do about. To start, I figured I would just do it very kind of, look, one thing that's going to happen is, let me just repeat this because I think people might have, not everybody probably heard this when I mentioned it on the last stream. So I'm in the studio now, but one of the things I liked about the idea of doing a second channel is like I could get out of the studio. So I'm waiting for YouTube to activate my mobile streaming. We have enough subscribers now that we qualified so I can stream on my phone. And what I'd like to do is, so normally I won't be sitting in the studio. I can even go into a different room or a different area and stream from there. So there's something behind me and I'm not just sitting in front of a green screen. I mean, a lot of times when you see people on like YouTube, they're sitting in their living room or something like that. So I certainly don't intend to keep doing this. If this were working, once this is working, I can't imagine I'm going to sit here in front of a green screen a blank green screen. I'd rather be in a more natural environment. But I can't. I'm tied to the studio right now because they have not activated yet. We're a really new channel, so I'm assuming in a few days or something they'll activate the mobile streaming and I can start streaming from the phone. And again, we're still going to be covering the news full time at Agenda Free TV. So that's all going to happen. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, and some people are saying they like the casual and informal. And the other thing I guess is like, if people don't like it, they don't have to watch it. So it's really, I forget about that too. No one's compelled to watch this channel. But Mark says, can we give money on this stream to you? So this has come up a couple times. This channel is new, so it's not monetized yet. So you can't donate through YouTube. I have, and I think you need 4,000 watch hours. We have enough subscribers, but you need 4,000 watch hours. So when we hit 4,000 watch hours, then I'll apply to YouTube, and they take however long to it, like a month to approve it or whatever. But I did set up I haven't really been mentioning it, so maybe I'll start mentioning it more later. But I set up a PayPal for this network, which is Lookner.net. Like on Agenda Free TV, you can donate by going to agendafree.tv. For this channel, I've set up Lookner.net. So if you do feel like donating, it's all going to the same place anyway. It all just helps me do this stuff full time. Lookner.net is the one way to donate on this channel right now. JT Thompson says, do more stuff outside. Big Foo Canada says a walkabout stream. Yeah, look, when this gets activated, I will do streams outside the studio. I'll probably do some streams outside. So as soon as they activate this, that was the point of doing this channel was not to sit in front of a green screen in the studio at all. I'm just doing it now because that's the only thing I'm restricted to doing that right now because they haven't activated this yet. Linda says, how many watch hours do you have now? I don't know. I mean, a bunch of people watched the first video we did. So if you told me we were a quarter way there, maybe that. Maybe, I'm not sure. A watch hour is one person watching one of your streams for an hour worth of time. Oh, and a couple people have suggested that I should literally just leave a stream up that people can watch, like while I'm not on the air to get the watch hours up. I'd rather do the watch hours thing I feel in the honest way. I feel like. And you know what I forgot to do also? When I'm on the couple streams I've done, I have to remind myself to check the news to make sure I'm not missing any breaking news while I'm on the air. So I'm here. I am in Boston. I just got here tonight, and I'm here until after Thanksgiving. So I have the studio. I can do broadcasts. I will be doing some family stuff. So hopefully, I'll do my best to be able to get on the air whenever there's news. So there might be some time when there's a news event and I'm at a family thing or something. But the family is flexible. And they know I do what I do. So my goal is to, while I'm back here, cover the news as normal. And who knows, maybe while I'm back here, they'll activate the mobile streaming. But I am planning on trying all kinds of different stuff. So hopefully people aren't watching the first two streams and think it's all going to be me in front of the green screen, because it won't be. All right. Well, I'll take a few last. If anybody has any final comments they want to make or questions. You know, it's weird. I thought maybe we'd been on the air for like a half an hour. We've been on the air for an hour. But see, look, I like having this channel because tonight, as I mentioned, I flew all day. I was pretty exhausted. There were some news stories going on, but there wasn't anything I felt like really compelled that I had to go on the air to cover tonight. And I thought Iran's a big story that I'd love to talk about, but I don't feel like comfortable doing a story on Agenda-Free TV tonight. So it was a way, having this channel is a way for me to like do some content. And it's also just, it's like people have said, it's more informal, and I can chat more with you, the viewers, more. So it's a different type of thing. You know, it's a different vibe, but you know, I like having this option to do different kinds of streams. And otherwise, I probably wouldn't have done a stream at all. Yeah, the green screen, somebody said it needs to be ironed. It's hard to get all the wrinkles out and stuff, but it works fine. When I'm doing you won't notice the wrinkles when I actually have when I do a normal news stream. For its purposes, it works fine. No. Oh, Renee sent me. Renee Vogel is a. Sorry. Let's see if I can show this, Renee. I just realized there's a whole other issue here. Renee sent me this as a proposed logo. I don't know if I'm going to do a custom logo at all, but Renee Vogel Jr., who's one of our viewers, made that up. It's very good work by Renee. That's from Renee Vogel Jr. He's one of our viewers. You sometimes see Renee. He'll sometimes send in thoughtful videos, which we'll play during our news streams. But Renee does graphic design. It's very good. It's very good work, Renee. My question is, I don't know if I'm going to do a logo yet, but it's actually not bad for a shirt. Actually, if I do shirts eventually, Renee, keep that handy, because I might, when I make merch. That wouldn't be a bad shirt, maybe. Everybody likes Renee's graphic. Renee, you're earning lots of praise. It is very, very good work, Renee. Yeah, everything with like the logo and the merch is something that I will get to eventually. But thank you, Renee. It's great. I just realized I have to, whenever I come back from Atlanta to Boston, I realize there's all this stuff I have to update here and fix before I can start streaming in the right way, like, and everything. So there's some technical issues I realize I need to take care of. But very good job, Renee. Hey, by the way, somebody made a donation. Is this? Let's see here. I want to say thanks. I've just gotten only the second donation ever in the history of Lookner channel. This one's from Kenneth Inglima. Kenneth says, "Best of luck. I'm looking forward to your creative side." Thank you, Kenneth. That's very nice. Kenneth wants some comedy. We'll do some comedy stuff, certainly. But that's really nice of you. Kenneth Inglima made a donation. That's very nice. I think Shelley was the first one. That's at the Lookner.net. We're not monetized yet. There's no way for you to donate on YouTube. So the only way you can donate is Lookner.net. Hey, thank you, Kenneth. That's very nice of you. Thank you, Kenneth. Where did the chat go? Shelley was the first, I think. Shelley was the first donor. Rum says, Steve, do a local eatery stream, order something good to eat and stream it. I very well might. I mean, I'm a broken record, but I am looking forward to this being activated so I can stream on the road. And then there's going to be this, I can stream outside the studio. Then there'll be this question of how well does this work in terms of, because when you're live, you're using a cell phone signal. So we'll have to see how well or not well that works. But, certainly when you're indoors, you can use Wi-Fi, but it allows you to go, like I could go in like my kitchen and do a stream and be on Wi-Fi, and I'm sure the picture will be good because I'm on Wi-Fi. So once I'm anxious for them to get this, because I feel like once I have the freedom to stream outside the studio, there'll be other things we can do, and I'd like to try some different things. Jennifer Madison says, get a good stabilizer. Yeah, these are the kind of things I'm going to go in steps. We'll be talking about the process. So, if enough people watch the streams, then maybe I'll spend a little more money. And if people watch and demand it, then maybe I start buying some new equipment. Osama wants cooking with Lookner. I don't cook much, Osama. Rita says, get a steady stick. Is that one of those sticks where are you talking about a stabilizer where it stabilizes the picture? Again, I've been looking into this stuff, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. They do make a thing. They make this thing, which I'm not ready to get yet, of course. But they do, there's a thing called one of the viewers messaged me about this, but I'd already been familiar with Live View from a past job. But there's a thing called Live View. And what Live View does, see how it says Live View? It's basically a thing where if you're out in public, it gathers together a bunch of cell phone signals. So instead of like you just using your phone and having to rely on one signal, it takes multiples. It's as if you had multiple cell phones and you combined them all together to get one stream. So this is a common thing that like news. This is one variety of it. And thanks to the viewer who sent me the thing about the solo, I forget who that was, but yeah, in a past job, we had used live view things, but look, I don't need that now, certainly. But if it got to a point where I was streaming outdoors a lot and doing a lot of remote things, it's not cheap, but maybe I do it. I have no problem spending money on making the stuff better as long as people are actually watching it. If nobody's watching it, there's really no use in spending the money. But we'll discuss these things as the channel develops. Yeah, as George says, you pay for the hardware and the data. But so it's got to be worth the expense. But there's no need for me to get it now because I'm not doing that. What will happen is I'll start doing stuff on the channel. I'll see what I like. I'll see what you guys like. And then if I think it'll become pretty obvious if there's a kind of thing I want to do and people want to watch and there's technical improvements to be made, then at that point, I can make them. But I don't want to start making the technical improvements for things I won't even need. So it's all to be determined. Nick says you should be good with a good data plan. We'll see. We'll see how the streaming goes when they activate it. Also, I'll say this, one other thing here is a lot of the people who, there's plenty of people who do a very good job of vlogging, on social media, and they make their travel videos, they do videos like this, and a lot of them, I'm not very experienced in that, and a lot of them have like very nice setups, and they're very good at editing, and they shoot things cinematically, but for me, I think where I'm leading towards is, people don't usually do that much stuff live. Like the people who vlog and people who make travel videos, what they pretty much do is they shoot stuff in advance and they edit it. But they don't do it live. And I like live much better. I like live because there's live interaction. Also, it's live is good. I don't really have the time to like make these complex videos and edit them because I'm doing agenda-free TV at the same time. And also I'm an honest person. I'll be honest with you guys. I know that I'm, as you know, I do this full time, and sometimes people like to donate during the videos when they're watching live. So, it's a useful way for me to like try to pay the expenses. So for all of those reasons, in a way, like it's that sometimes people we're chatting and they might like what they're seeing and they like the interaction. They might make a donation. They want to have it pop up in the chat room. You're not going to have that if it's a video. And it's just me having recorded the whole thing. And then also I can't interact with people. This was a video where I just changed the topic just changed like 4 times. So, if I recorded this in advance, I wouldn't change the topic 4 times. So for all these reasons, I'm anticipating doing a lot more live stuff. But when you do stuff live, it's like, it's not so much to me about, buying all this expensive equipment and having the shot look amazing, because there's only so much. You're a little more restricted when you're doing it live if I'm doing it all myself. So I'm tending towards wanting to do more stuff live, at least to start out. And Cheryl says sometimes they do live. Creators do live stuff. I'm just saying, like, a lot of the people who are prominent, vloggers and like travel people and stuff, that most of the stuff isn't live. Yeah, Candy Girl prefers live. Also, I don't think, there's a lot of people who do a very good job of non-live videos. So I certainly don't think my content, if I'm doing, I don't know, who knows, but I like the live better for various reasons. Smedley says live is better because editing sucks. I love editing when I have the time to do it. I've done editing in the past. I used to work in TV, and editing is great. It's just it's time consuming, and I don't have the time. Now, Green-Eyed Lady says, Steve, on occasion you could shoot a video ahead of time and then show it to us live and talk about it. Yeah, they have this thing. They do have a thing on YouTube. I think it's like YouTube Premieres. I think that's what it is. And what you could do is YouTube Premieres. I believe what it is, so it lets you and your viewers watch and experience a new video together. So like if I did do a video in advance and I made it in advance, we could do a thing where we watch it all together live. So yeah, that is an option to do. It can be quite time consuming to make these videos. But if I do record a video in a pre-record a video, I do think I'll do this premiere thing where I come on live and say, hey, here's the video, and people can watch it and chat about it and stuff. So I'm interested in trying that out too. Oh, certainly for Fennelly says live is way better for especially for breaking news. Oh, certainly for news, for breaking news, I would do live. And Charles Lamb says on Premiere people can donate. Yeah, Premiere is like a live stream. So in the sense that people are watching live with you, your thing Premiere, and they can donate if they want during the chat that way. Budget Girl says keep it simple and avoid burnout. That's true too. That's certainly a significant concern. Yeah, and people keep asking about the dog. If they will activate, if they activate the mobile streaming while I'm in Boston, we'll do a stream where you get to meet the dog. So I'm hoping they do that. All right, guys. Well, look, I think I'm going to wrap up this stream. We covered the Iran stuff, and then we talked about a bunch of other stuff. So it's good chatting with you, and I'm sure soon enough I'll be back. The Agenda Free TV stream. If there's a huge news story in 15 minutes, I'll come on and cover it while I'm awake. If I'm still awake. So yeah, Agenda Free TV isn't going anywhere. But this is just another channel for me to do whatever I want. And sometimes we'll talk about Agenda Free TV, which we sort of did, which we did some tonight. Hey, thanks Frank Schools. Frank's one of our patrons. Hey, thanks, Frank. Jay likes the green background. Yeah, I don't want to keep doing this, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to wrap up this stream now. Hey, thanks to our mods, Linda Bell, Garth Russell. They're there right now. We had some Ender is there. We had some other mods earlier. Thanks to the mods. And hey, thanks Futures Past. I do appreciate. I know the new channel isn't for everyone, obviously, but I appreciate the kind words from the people who like it. And if you have suggestions, always you can let me know. I will certainly be taking suggestions. Hey, thanks Squad +1. Post Wee says thank you for covering the lack of coverage in Iran. I actually think that's an important story. The lack of the inability to cover Iran. Hey, thanks Sarah 0055 and Melissa McQueen. Hey, Robin Cherry's there. Thank you. Yeah, CB Anderson says come on early. I forget. You know what I'm forgetting? I'm forgetting it's 1:22 a.m. Eastern time right now. Yeah, so I came on late. I landed tonight. I got home and hung out with family, and so this was really the first. And then I had to get the studio set up. And I actually after this I got to do some more fixes in the studio because I always have to spend a little time fixing it whenever I come back. So yeah, I know it's late. Hey, thanks Bruno Shankman and Edna Arthur and Idaho Star and Middleman and J. Marie. It's funny. You know what's funny? Seize the Day says... Zero dislikes, LOL, love it. Now, it's not 0 dislikes. I can tell it's not a news stream because whenever we do news stories, I'll always get a bunch of dislikes. Whereas the only people bothering, I don't think if people don't like this, they're just not watching it. So yeah, the ratio of likes to dislikes is much better on this than it is on the news streams. It's pretty funny. Hey, thanks Mini Bit and John Moxley. For your kind words. Jennifer Madison. Anthony Liberty. Judy Socket. Storm and Shoe. Fahrenheit 451. Thanks everybody for saying thanks. Thanks for thanking the mods too. Thank you, mods. And thanks, Green Eyed Lady and James 1-1. Oh, Keisha was moderating too. Thank you, Keisha. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining for this very informal stream. Soon, I hope we will get out of. It'll be a great day when the Lookner channel is free from the studio and I can stream on mobile. Ugh, Dank Bear. Oh, so many complaints, Dank Bear. I'm putting you in timeout. Didn't even work. There we go. Oh, hey, thanks, Corgis and Horses. All right, guys. Yeah, my forehead is very shiny tonight. I got to fix the lighting in here. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I haven't really had time to arrange stuff, so I'm going to be fixing things. That's my next. As soon as I get off the air with you guys, I'm fixing some things in the studio. Hey, thanks, Jay the Machine, as well. Rita says, would you prefer for this station to donate on the news site or okay to give to AFTV PayPal? The donations, if you want to donate to AFTV or you want to donate to this channel, it's all going to the same place. It's just for me to pay my expenses so I can do this full time. So yeah, I don't really care however you want to do it. Donating to one of the channels is donating to the other. For this channel, eventually it should get monetized, assuming we keep building up viewer hours. But there is the Lookner.net to donate to this channel as well. But yeah, any donations are greatly appreciated because it all goes to the same place to keep the programming going. CB Anderson says, first time seeing you casual. You know, it's weird. It's funny. It's like, I guess, like I'm used to being casual like this because that's just me when I'm casual. But I'm guessing for a lot of you, you're only used to seeing me when we do the news coverage. And so it probably is a bit jarring. Hey, and thanks Me the Bat and DJ Leapers. Oh, by the way, Grog Vaughn says we have military aircraft capable of providing internet access to people on the ground. Maybe true. I have no idea. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up, and then I'm going to do some fixes in the studio. Hey, so thanks. And thanks, Renee Vogel. Great work, Renee, on the logo. I love it. Feel free to send some other ideas in, and we'll show them on the air. People liked it, Renee. Oh yeah, Shelly Seize the Day. Seize the Day was the first donor ever on the new channel. I sent this to Shelly. I said thank you, Shelly. I think this is the first donation ever on the new channel. That was Seize the Day's donation last stream. Thank you. All right, guys. Let's do it. It's time. So I am wrapping this up. Thank you, and thank you, Jenny Miko, as well. That's it. Dank Bear wanted to get hidden again. There you go. Dank Bear's been hidden twice. You know, sometimes like a baseball manager will go out to argue with the umpire because the baseball manager wants to get thrown out, and they won't stop arguing until they get thrown out. That's what just happened with Dank Bear. The Randy Puff said didn't get notification for stream. So let me say this. Let me say one more thing for the few of you who are still watching. First of all, make sure you've clicked the notifications bell on YouTube and have all notifications checked. But also, we're setting up this thing. There's a Discord, which is like an online message board. And currently, it's like the Agenda Free TV unofficial fans Discord, but we're making it into the Agenda Free TV /Lookner Discord. And if you join the Discord, Danny and Joanna are going to set it up so that you get notifications for both the Agenda Free TV and the Lookner streams. The problem is I don't want to create another Twitter account for the Lookner channel. I have too many Twitter accounts. And I don't. For now, I'm not going to create a Facebook account. So we're like reliant on these YouTube notifications for the moment. And also, let me say this: YouTube there's a thing called the Community tab, which they have not activated on our channel yet. Once they activate the Community tab, I will be able to post a message on YouTube saying, hey everyone, we're coming on the air shortly, but I can't even do that yet. So I posted, the first 2 streams I just posted on the Agenda Free TV, Twitter, and Facebook that the stream was coming up. I don't like doing that, but once the notifications get going for here, once I can post in the Community tab, and also, once that'll be helpful. And also, I think if people sign up for the Discord, we're going to make it so that you get notifications that way. So that will avoid, because YouTube, it's not very reliable all the time for notifications. Corgis and horses, I think PayPal probably takes the least percentage in terms of donations. PayPal gives the most. Anyways. Oh, Love Addict says my first chat. Thank you, Love Addict. All right. Well, anyways, all right. Let me wrap up this stream. Hey, thanks guys for joining. I really appreciate you joining the stream. And we'll have more programming soon. I will certainly have more Agenda Free TV news coverage soon. So we'll see what happens. All right, hey guys, thanks so much. I'm going to you can follow me on Twitter at Lookner, you know that. And Agenda Free TV and Lookner are the 2 YouTube channels. And Agenda Free TV is on all kinds of channels. It's not just on YouTube. It's on other platforms as well. But you already know that. Hey, all right. So thanks, guys, so much. Thanks, the mods. And I hope you have a good night. And I'll see you soon on one or both of the channels. All right. We'll see you later. Thanks for joining.